Our speaker is Olumide Emmanuel. I'm sure a lot of us will know him. He's someone who speaks a lot of sense online. A lot of people speak rubbish online. I'm sure you know that. Yes, but when you meet people that speak sense, you know that this man is full of wisdom. We'll be talking about a special topic that is definitely going to impact us as individuals, as professionals. He's talking about mindset shifts, cultivating positive perspective in the face of adversity. Dr. Olumide Emmanuel is our speaker. He's a man of multiple grace whose influence spreads across religious and secular spheres. He's a pastor, he's a best-selling author, a conference host, a businessman, an entrepreneur, investor, an international motivational speaker, a wealth creation agent. He is the president of the Truth of Calvary Ministries through CAMS, and a senior pastor and set man over a Truth Calvary Bible Church, a fast-growing church in a demo area of Lagos. He sits on the board of numerous businesses and directly manages some of them, including Common Sense Limited, a group of businesses with interest in real estate, publishing, consultancy, training, Fingerprint Investment Club, wealth creation, and many others. He hosts numerous conferences and seminars, including his popular Wisdom for Singles, Wisdom for Couples, How to be a best-selling author, How to be a millionaire, How to be an exceptional leader, and How to build a successful business. He has received numerous awards nationally and internationally for his impact in religious and secular circles. Ladies and gentlemen, he is married to Adenike, who is also a pastor and a businesswoman. He's an author, bestseller, and we have some of his books that have been bought by ACPN as gifts to be given out today. So we have quite a number of his books. One of these is The Pathway to Wealth. We have The School of Money. We have it. We have How to Create Wealth as a Career Person. We have quite a number of copies that have been bought over by ACPN Lagos to be given out to people who answer some questions correctly in the course of the program. We gave out one of his books yesterday, and I believe we still have many more to give out today. So, but ladies and gentlemen, we want you to meet the man, the person who is coming to speak to us on mindset shifts. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's receive with a clap and a celebration shout as I bring up Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's go. You're welcome, sir.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for the opportunity to come share with you today. I count it a great privilege. Unfortunately, I'm not in the country right now. By the time the invitation came, I've already been billed to be on tour, and that's why I'm not able to make it physically. And I also want to apologize for the lighting. It's just after 5 a.m. here, and it's very dark, so the lighting in the room here is just the way it is. I don't have the benefit of day's light to have the lighting, so please pardon the lighting, but I believe that we're going to be able to experience a transformational time as we share together. I've also asked that my office be physically present to give some CDs and free stuff to people so that everyone will be able to have one or the other to be able to go with, while also making my books and products available to those that are interested in having it. Now we're going to be in the next 40 minutes. I just want to share with us on this very important subject of mindset shift, cultivating positive perspective in the face of adversity. I believe very strongly that right now it's an open secret that we live in tough times. It's an open secret that we live in times of great adversity. When you look all over the world, not only in Nigeria, there's inflation in our world today. We have all kinds of wars and all kinds of battles going on in different places. 2 years ago, it was Ukraine and Russia. And last year, all of a sudden, it's Israel and Palestine. So there is market instability all over the world. We have technological disruptions going on. We have political unrest. We have scarcity. We have all kinds of things going on. In our own local context in Nigeria, we have hyperinflation. We have uncertainty. We have inconsistency in the policy. We have all kinds of scarcity and hunger going on. So we live in tough times. We live in the time of adversity. But when you begin to study, you realize that it's not new. It's not strange because many years ago, two guys in Harvard were able to coin an acronym for the times that we live in, and that acronym was coined like almost 2 decades ago, if not more than 2 decades ago. And they said that we live in a VUCA world. The word VUCA means that we live in number one V for volatile. We live in a volatile world. U for uncertainty. We live in a world of uncertainty. So we not only live in a volatile world where anything can just happen. It's like we are in a highly inflammable environment where if care is not taken, there can just be an explosion of all kinds of crises. Number two is uncertain. We live in an uncertain world where there's so much uncertainty. You can sleep today thinking that all is well. You wake up tomorrow morning and something has changed. I remember with the dollar issue that has happened and with the changes in the prices of cement and all the stuff because of our construction project. I remember we went to the site Monday. We got to the site on the Monday to try to look at the work that needs to be done so that we can take advantage of the dry season. So I went there with my staff, with the engineer and everything. I said, okay, no problem. Let's do this, let's do this, let's do that. So we agreed that we're going to play and continue the construction. That was on a Monday. So I told him, I'm very busy. Please remind me on Tuesday to do the transfer. On Tuesday, he reminded me, and I tried to do the transfer. I didn't go through. On Wednesday, I did the transfer. By the time I did the transfer on Wednesday, I said, Oga, the price of cement has changed. Oh. I said, what's that? We saw it on Monday. He said, no, it has changed. I said, okay, no problem. Go ahead and let's continue. There's nothing we can do. So he went to buy the cement on Wednesday, and then we continued the work. By Monday, price has changed. Before you know it, in a space of 2 weeks, from 4,100 to as much as 11,000 plus. That's uncertain. Yet the construction and the project is supposed to be the same price you have sold. So it's uncertain. Number three is complex. We live in a complexity. Sometimes you think this is the answer. You apply what you think is the answer. You realize that that is not the answer. Because it is not the answer, but because it is not the only answer. It's supposed to be one answer. And being only 1 out of 5. The one that was supposed to be correct because the 4 that should join it was not done concurrently. So the city, and it's also an ambiguous, it's big which have clarity. Sometimes you want someone to give you direction. You are expecting the policy makers to direction, but everything is just ambiguous. They are saying, okay, we hope to, we plan to, we intend to, we are working on so much ambiguity. But fifth word that has been added to that now, and we live in a world of destruction. So it's no more a VUCA world, it's now a VUCA'd world because there's now so much corruption because of technology. And technology has created a lot of destruction. So you have a lot of people now with the advent of AI and with a lot of technological advancement, a lot of industries, a lot of sectors are becoming extinct, are becoming 21st century dying out. So it therefore means that for us as individuals, as organizations, as businesses, regardless of whatever we do, to begin to have a renewed mind and to work on our mind and begin to make means if we are going to stay relevant and stay valuable in today's world and today's marketplace. Few things that we need is number one, we need to know how to lead ourselves. We need personal leadership because most time a lot of are looking to some external person, external organization, external. We're expecting to be led leaders. We're expecting to be led by people that are in a position to lead. But if you are going to survive, you have to take leadership into yourself and lead yourself. So you need to come to a place where you are now very conscious, very intentional, and very strategic about leadership so that you do every choice you make, every decision you take, you have thought it through, you have done your work to be sure that what you are doing is what you should be doing. You are now ready to take responsibility for the outcome of that choice or decision that you have made. So those are steps we need to begin to have. Number one, to begin to lead yourself. To personal anyone for any outcome, because no matter what happens externally, you cannot control what happens to you. You cannot control what the world brings to you, but you can put up now leadership. Then number two, we need to continue to out our journey in the top. You need to become like a pilot in the midst of a turbulent sky. Now, no matter how turbulent the cloud is, what makes the pilot drive destination is that the pilot has a mindset of, number one, my destination is clear. The destination is clear, clearly where it's going, is locked it down, and no matter what's happening, focus on the destination without any form of distraction to make him to become fearful, and because he's now fearful, touching what's supposed to touch. So we need to be that person that is now navigating the journey of our lives in the turbulent terrain by staying focused on our vision and ensuring that we don't ourselves to get into panic mode, to get into a reactive mode where we begin to take steps and now our journey, and then we need to have right mindset concerning the adversity. We need right mindset season of adversity. And one of the things you need to understand about the seasons of adversity is, number one, Christ creates opportunity. Christ creates opportunities. The season of adversity is actually the season of opportunities, because every time there is crisis, it means there is a new problem that needs to be, and it means we have new people that you arise to that the problem. Adversity is that tough times never last. Tough times never last. Some people do be inspired or be motivated, but it's just the truth. We are all hard of at least many of us 18 years, some 30, some 50. Some of us are in our 50s, our 60s. You realize that there will always be crisis, one crisis after the other, one crisis after the other. But at the end of the day, we move. At the end of the day, we survive. Why? Because crisis will always, the world operates. The world is cyclical. There's world cycle. There is life cycle. So things will go up, go down, up, go down. But when we do the right thing, we continue to float and we continue to excel regardless of what's happening around. I was having a discussion in a coaching session with a family that wanted me to come and do a coaching for them here in the States. And during the session, this man is in his 70s, the wife is close to see, and they were talking to me about all the things that, look, how do they do that? How did they do that? And then they came into the issue of people always calling them from Nigeria, help us, we are going to die, we are going to do this, we are going to do that. And I told them, I said, listen to me. Anytime anybody calls you and they begin to make you the only of their survival, if you answer them, you have entered into what we call Messiah complex, because you can all the problem. You are not El Shaddai, or you will die. So I asked them, I said, all the people that have called you to say, if you don't answer us, if you don't do that, and you could not answer them, did they die? And they were left on you. I said, yes. I said, because the same way they are telling you, help us, the same way telling 7 other people. So if you did not answer them, somebody else may end them. Even if nobody, they will answer themselves and wake up and they will still be alive. So many times we need to understand that tough times never last. Tough people do not. You think, I'm just gonna. You'll be wondering what's going to happen. Will I ever survive? You will survive. Will it be well? It will be well. Oh my God, what's going to be the outcome? You are going to be all right. Those are the mindsets you need to have. You are going to be all right. The package. It's like being in a flight and there's turbulence. Go through the turbulence. That's the way it works. I got a call that wants to commission us to sell his property. And I know him because he's a landlord in my state. And he said, you are a pastor, you are into real estate, you are the only one. I want to sell this property. I've relocated, but I need money here. Canada is not what I thought. I need to sell my property. So I asked him, what is the problem? Let's not talk about selling your property. Let me help you. What a problem, so that I can know if there's any other. I just need money. I say, relax. I said, because what you are being reactive. I said, do you know that me that you are calling? Do you know that in 2007, even me, I wanted to sell my own house too. I wanted to sell my house when I entered into trouble of over 800 naira. I wanted to sell my house. I thought the world has come to an end. I used to be me. I'm not a superhuman being. I do the same thing you are going to. Are we not only the same Nigeria? I should relax. Don't sell your house. Your house, and let's think of other things to do. I said, sold my house, but I did not, because when I was looking for buyer, nobody was even willing to buy. The bank that has collected hundreds of millions of my money, I went to all of them. I say, hey, you work now that it's time that I need help. No help. But I was able to navigate through it through creativity. So I told him, let me help you. And I spoke to him, do this, do this, do that, consider this, explore this. And in less than 1 week, my work. I think that thing is going to work. I will sell again. So tough times never last. Because always, if you think this one is tough, you survive this one, another tough time will come again. It's the way life is wired. So because of time, let me just give 6 things that I want you to hold on to, apart from the things I've said. I've spoken to you about the reality of the world. I've spoken to you about VUCA. I've spoken to you about the need to lead yourself, navigate your journey, and have the right mindset. And then let me now just give you 6 things that I just want you to note down that will help you when it comes to this. It will help your mindset when it comes to navigating times, whether as an individual or family, organization, or a business. So number 1, go back to basics. Go back to basics. Once you find yourself in a time of adversity, remove every in your life. Go back to basics. Whether it's in your business, assume now that you're a businessman, you own a business. Sit down with yourself. Why did we start this vision? Why exist as a business vision? Then what else are we doing now? What else have we brought on board, part of our business, that we have brought on board because something over a period of, you find that consciously or unconsciously, you begin to bring a lot of things on board that are not part of core vision and con. A lot of ideas will begin to entice you. Let's try this one, let's try this, instead of you to stay true to the exact that you are called to do. You want to go into other. I sit on the board of many organizations, and we had one of these the last board meeting we had in December, and during the board meeting, the CEO, and the board were telling us all the opportunities. They want to do this, they want to do this, they want to do that. And I asked them a simple question: all these things you people are saying you want to do, where will the money come from? Do you have money somewhere you want to put there, or it is from this same business? You want to now carry money from a business that is working to go and try what is not working. I say, listen to me, don't try it. I say, as you enter 2024, it is going to be more dangerous than 2020. I say, anybody that has any common should not risk any or risk their money. Whatever is working, face it and let better. Don't go and be experimenting. And they have heard me. Even though they said they have me, of course, we can only advise. They choose to do what they want to do. They have gone to put money in something, and they did not reset that dollar, and the whole thing will happen the way it happened. Now they have lost about 150 something million. They are now calling me. So I want to call a board meeting, but want to come and see you first so that you can give us something when the board is it. I say, I'm not giving you any soft landing because I told you. But you people, you are the CEO. You can just do what you want to do. So number 1, go back to basics. Remove every excess, anything that is not necessary, anything that does not align with your commission. Don't waste your time on irrelevancy. When there is tough times, you also tighten your belt. To personal life or family, look into your family. Any expenses that is not necessary, remove it. Anything that is not, let me give you this. In life, what we call needs, luxuries. Your needs are things you cannot do without. You need the shit to eat. You need to breathe. You need so that is need. Your wants that you desire to make your life better, and your luxuries are things that you want to enjoy because you have entered into a life of ease. When you are in the of adversity, to go back to base, go back to needs. In outside need, don't get involved. Whatever you are keeping it to ensure that you grow, whatever you are doing, deplete what you have. Number two, emotional intelligence. When you are in time of adversity, you need emotional intelligence, because in times of uncertainty, a leader will exhibit strong emotional intelligence. Time to respond and not just react. You respond. Everyone around you is looking to you. So can you imagine, as a father, you are married and then all things are challenging, and then your children are crying, Daddy, Daddy, I'm hungry, oh. And then your wife is saying, Honey, what do we do? Rent has expired, even the school fees paid. And then you, that is the head of the family, now say, my wife, my children, I don't understand. What do we do? Can you be doing that? You have finished them. So as a leader, you need intelligence. Can you imagine the world of us are crying now, talking? Can you imagine the president now do a cast and he does the national broadcast, just the statement he made, one statement, subsidy gone, just one statement. Look at, can you now imagine the president can say, my fellow Nigeria, I just make I tell you now, I don't tire. I don't tire. Even me, I don't understand. My people don't know what to do. Whatever will happen, let it happen. Can you imagine that kind of broadcast? We are made, as comical as that sounds, people start committing suicide. People start being dead. Because whether you like it or not, when people are in the position of authority, there is something inside of you that believes that they know what they are doing and they are working something out for you. So you need emotional intelligence. Crisis times reveals your capacity. Crisis times reveals your individual. If you fail in the day of adversity, it means that your strength is weak. So you have emotional intelligence. Because no matter what, don't let it happen inside you. Call the absence of fear, or call moving on regardless of your fear. So you need to have that emotional intelligence, or else you go and misbehave. Someone became a bank manager because of lack of emotional intelligence. A customer came, spoke rudely to her, and she slapped the customer. Can you imagine a bank manager slapping customer? That's how she lost the job. Now, for somebody to grow to become a bank manager, that means she has some skills, that means she has some level of expertise, that means she has some level of knowledge, that means she has some level of efficiency. But she worked on her intelligence quotient, not work on her emotional quotient. Back customer in the street, slap customer, and before you know it, she lost the job. So we need emotional intelligence, because many of us, because of lack of emotional intelligence, we are fighting with our husband, fighting with our wife, fighting with our children, transferring aggression, fighting with our staff, fighting with everybody. We are no grief for nobody, no grief for nobody. We're causing trouble everywhere. It is not the people that are the problem. You are the problem. Lack emotional intelligence. Because you're supposed to be able to stay calm in the midst of the storm. Because without a calm mind and a calm spirit and a calm disposition, you cannot drive the vehicle of your life successfully where it needs to go. 3, you need to be proactive. You need to be proactive. Proactivity in time of crisis and uncertainty, proactivity is very important. A leader needs to go into what we call scenario planning. Anyone, the mind shift is that, okay, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if this happens? What if that happens? You know, like you call it, satanic budgeting. You budget for the enemy. You budget for the adversary. You plan in case this works, in case this does not, scenario planning. So you need to be proactive. As a leader, you're supposed to be caught unawares. You are not supposed to be caught unawares. When the engineer called me and said that it has increased, I said, go and buy. I was in honest that 4 days later, He was calling, and I said, I can't talk right now. I'm in a meeting. He sent me a meeting. Sir, we want to go and buy cement again. Oh, they bought for 7,905. I said, he replied again, buy with question mark. I said, buy. Then, before you know it, so we kept buying and we kept. So when I now go say, sir, that this is what we are buying. Is this what we'll be buying? Because it's the buy we sell. That's my mind. If we are selling, if we're selling for 29 million, 242 million, they buy. So once we came out, so how much we finished there? 29 million to I said, okay, we move to 42 million. No problem. The people that bought at 29, they are blessed. That does not have 42, leave our property there. You will only sell as you buy. You sell as you build. So buy. That is my mindset, because if I say I'm not buying, will I just leave the building there uncompleted? Will I leave the estate uncompleted? No, I have to so that is the mindset. You have to be proactive. Be proactive, because in planning, I said it before, every plan that was made was on, if we sell 50% of part, we'll break even and get, so the remaining 50% will keep. So because I have been active, no matter what happens, worst case scenario, instead of keeping 50%, we'll keep 30 and we'll go. So ahead. Scenario thinking, because create, or when you have big picture thinking, you need to have an overview. But applications, if you're on the ground, it will be difficult for you to see very far. But if you're in the sky, you can see everything clearly. Think about in a plane. When you're into Lagos or coming to any city, and you open and you look from the sky, you can see buildings, all the streets, you can see everywhere clearly from the top. Because in what we call big picture view, you are in an overview. So because you are having an overview, you can see everything. That's what a GPS uses. The GPS is working with the satellite. So when you are in your car and you are going to a place you have never been to before, you plug in the address in the GPS, and the GPS, the navigation system, continues to tell you, go left, go right. Sometimes we tell you there's traffic on this route. This is an alternative route. There's traffic here. This traffic will take 40 minutes. Why is the GPS and the navigation system able to do that? Because they are working from what is called an overview. They have a big picture. They can see everything. That's what you should be doing in times of adversity. Don't allow the little things you are going through to blind you. Don't allow the pressure around you to blind you. Move to a higher realm of thinking, higher realm of planning. Move to a higher realm of vision, and look at things holistically. When you look at things holistically, realize that what everybody is crying over today, there is an opportunity inside that you can explore now. You can do now that will produce result income in another 2 months or 2 years. So because you have big picture thinking, you are able to navigate that happens in the midst of that adversity. Number 5, make tough decisions and choices. Make decisions and choices. When you are in the time of adversity, you need to make tough choices and tough decisions. It is your responsibility to do. That's why I said you need to have personal leadership. The buck stops with you. If it's going to be, it's up to you. Be ready to make the decision. 95% of what you do as a leader, as a father, as a CEO, as a whatever you do in life, instead of what you do, other people can also do it. But there is a fight of what you do that nobody else can do, and that is making the tough decisions. Why? Because people don't want to take responsibility. So the one that said it, his daddy that said it, or his mommy that said it, they want to show you have to take responsibility to make the decision that needs to be. So if you're a businessman, you have to make decision. Do I need to employ people or sack people? Sack who you need to sack. It's not, that is life, because if you carry overload, nobody will arrive. Nobody will arrive. So all these emotional everybody will just drown. When you are drowning river, you are drowning there, your children are there, your mother is there, your father is there. You can't help anybody come out of the river first. If you have come out or you are standing on solid ground, that's when you can now begin to pull somebody out. When you enter the view, if the oxygen level drops, on your own mask first before you put on your child, before you on your wife. So when you get to tough times, make the tough decision. Whoever you need to sack, you sack. Any cost you need to cut it. Don't be emotional. Don't be sentimental. What you cannot do today, you can return to it next year. You need to bring out the new product to rebrand. Do you need to re-engineer yourself? Do you need to reposition? Do you need to away from some things and count losses? Because sometimes we are not ready. You are digging the hole. You are put money in something. 8 million. Use 4 million. Everything will now come out. To 4 million. Instead of you to walk away from the and move on with your life, you are sinking yourself deeper. Why? Because you are not ready to make the tough decision. Haven't you seen people that are working in an organization that they have not paid for 1 year, they are still going? Why they are still going? They didn't pay second month, third month. You survive. Why are you going? You are going because somewhere in your mind, they will just pay, and I will have less. One just pay everything, and then 2 years later, the company goes bankrupt, and you now begin to cry. Make decisions. So the top decision may be to walk away. Some of the top decision may even mean to relocate out of Ekuta. Every relocation is not to America, maybe to relocate to a more sane environment that is less expensive for you to re-engineer yourself. Number 6, 2 more points I will close. Be turned off. Be turned off. While I know that you need to make a decision to balance it, you have to balance of livelihood. And that's what's happening in Nigeria right now. The politicians and the leaders are making the right in the area of policy, but they are not making the right decision in the area of their own life. So they are telling everybody, tighten your belt. Policies are good. Yes, it's going to cost tough times. At the end of the day, it's going to cost good times. They do the right thing, but are they doing the right thing? Life and livelihood, you have to be tender and tough. Tender and tough. If you are telling everybody and you are buying car and sharing money, nobody is talking APC, PDP, Labour, all of you are together. Nobody is saying I'm not collecting. Now you are sharing constituency money and you are shameless. No, it's not 100 I collected, 250 I collected, shameless people. And then you are trying to go abroad to go and do accounting lecture, accounting workshop that you can do in Abuja or do in Obudu. So yes, it may not be legal, but it's immoral. And you now have to see that and say, look, you need to be tender and tough. So sometimes it's about how it is executed. It's not about what is done, it's about how it is executed. So you also have to be tender and tough. And finally, you need to be resilient. You need mental toughness. You need mental toughness. You need a strong spirit. You need to be tenacious. You need to be resilient. So that no matter the pressure, as they are bringing the pressure, make sure that the way they storage and juice comes out, when they squeeze you come out. A tea bag, flavor. When it goes to water, be resilient. So that no matter what they bring, no matter what happens around you, it is flavor that will flow out of you. It is juice that will flow out of you. Not bitterness, not anger, not of vices and vials. No. Why? Because whether you like it or not, as far as there is a creator that created you, and the creator is not stranded. The creator that created you, and the creator is not confused. As I close, I bring you to scripture. When they left Egypt, the children of Israel left Egypt by the time to the Red Sea to cry, Red Sea, oh, how are we going to cross? Oh, they were the ones that were confused. But the creator that told them to go already knew there was a Red Sea. He gave them what it took for them to open the Red Sea. If they were willing to stay connected to him, he will tell them that same rod in your hand that you are looking is the same rod I have prepared, given to you in advance. I gave you the battle came so that you can use the Red Sea, and they crossed the Red Sea. So listen, you will not die shame. No, you will not end this. These two shall pass. Whatever you are going through right now, you are going to tell people that in 2023, 2024, this happened. There are people today talking about what happened in the 80s, still alive. Oh, in 1984, this happened. Many of us have story of things that we have overcome. So if you are drinking water now and it is bitter water, don't worry. That same can become a sweet water if you stay connected to the creator that created you. You may be fishing now and it looks as if you are fishing in unprofitable. But guess what? When you connect back to the creator that created you, the same day, the same net fish, the same water. If you go to the right side, you will begin to produce the right result. So I pray for everyone here today, everyone listening to the sound of my voice, or that will ever listen to the sound of my voice through this recording, that you will not fail, you will not fall, you will not falter. Your dream will not die, your destiny will not be diverted. You will become the best version of yourself. You will match your purpose. And this year, 2024, you will finish strong. The rest of the year will be the best of the year for you. God bless you all much for having me. Go to the stand, book School of Money, get my book Pathway to Wealth, get my book How to Create Wealth as a Career Person, ask them for the free CD, follow me on all my social media platforms so that you need to learn. Go to my YouTube channel, Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, get loads of, and I'll see you at the top. God bless you all.
Thank you. Please let's celebrate Dr. Emmanuel Olumide. We celebrate you, sir. He has said a lot, and I believe, yes, the audio was a bit not very clear, but we managed to get the message right. So I just need a volunteer who can tell me an actionable point you are doing or you are taking from what you've just heard. Anybody? Please come on. Yeah, we have two people. Both of you can come. Both of you can come. You have just 1 minute. So based on what you've heard, it's still online so you can get feedback. What are you doing from what you heard?
Okay, I particularly took note of the first point that at this tough time, we need to go back to basics. So personally for me, I'm going back to basics, and it's very important that the excesses, the unnecessaries will have to be cut down really at this time.
Thank you. Please, a round of applause for him. Don't go, sir. Don't go, sir. You've won for yourself a copy of his book. Yes, congratulations. No, nobody should come out again. No. Yes, come on. What message or what lesson or what action are you taking out from what you've heard? 1 minute.
What I've heard, I'm the process of having emotional intelligence. From the workplace, everything is just going up and down, but it just dawned on me that my action towards my other colleagues and the customers have to improve from now on. Thank you.
Thank you. On behalf of ACPN Lagos, you've got this a copy of Dr. Olumide Emmanuel's books. Please, let's celebrate them. You can see it's only these people that are listening. These people, what are we doing? My political party, we're just gisting. Don't worry. Please, when next speakers are coming, let's listen because there's still a lot of things to be won.